evening, Freeport, Bahama, and everybody actually tuning in right now to Islandish Podcast. This is your first time. Welcome to the show. I am your hostess, Yami Swain, better known as Yams, and I have with me the lovely, the beautiful, the always laying it down in the kitchen, Nikita Pratt, owner of the Seafood Hub. How are you, darling?
I'm well, thank you.
That is wonderful. It's wonderful to have you here on the show.
It's great to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. You excited?
I'm nervous.
You're a little nervous? No need to be nervous. Casual conversation. So, of course, let's talk a little bit more and introduce everybody to who the Seafood Hub is. So tell them a little bit about you, the person, and about your business.
Well, my name is Nikita Pratt, and I'm from originally Long Island. I moved to Bahama like some 20 plus years ago.
Okay.
I worked at the casino as a revenue auditor, and when the casino had closed, that's Treasure Bay, I went into cooking.
Okay. And why did you choose cooking? Because that's kind of like a different career jump. So why did you decide to go into cooking after leaving the hotel?
It's just that I love to cook, most of all. And I just wanted to be independent.
Okay.
Yeah, so I fell back on that.
Okay, so have you been cooking your entire life up to that point? Or cooking was something that it always came easy to you? Or what kind of formal training do you have in cooking?
I come from a family that cooks. My
Okay.
mother was a chef. My sister, she owns a restaurant as well. And we just love the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I like about you, Miss Seafood Hub, and I've seen it on your social media that you often post, that you actually catch what you cook. Now, that's a first, especially as a female. So talk a little bit about that as well, because you know that makes you unique, right?
I know, right? It's
Right.
something that I love to do as well. I love to fish, and it's like, having that from growing up, that background of fishing itself. We always were privileged to go on the boat with my daddy.
Okay.
The 5 girls, they're like 5 of us. We always, like, weekends, summer especially, dad took us on the north side.
Okay.
And a lot of my sisters say could dive. I can't even swim, but that's fine.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just something that I love to do. And we do, at the Seafood Hub, we do catch them, we clean them, we cook them, and we sell them.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit more about the Seafood Hub and the different things that are on your menu and what makes you unique as a business here in Freeport, Bahama.
Okay, well, I try my best to do the healthy stuff. Because
Okay.
I know, like, a lot of persons now want that health seeking, like, healthy food. So that's why I stick with the U-cod. The plantains, the avocado, most definitely. That's my
Nice.
signature, and I love it because it adds the color to my plate.
Right.
Yeah.
Because one thing I can say about your salads, you really go all out with
You
your
have
salads.
to. The salads, it's a hard meal to eat. Nobody want to eat a salad.
That's
so
true.
we make
I
the
know.
salad interesting to eat. We put everything on it, which is like every vegetable that we could find, and lots of fruits. I like to do the native fruits and stuff, which is like, like the mango when it's in season. I sometimes even would get like the gooseberries and the...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then, like, a lot of my persons, like the pomegranates as well, like they would bring local fruits, into the shop, and I would purchase them.
Okay. So you do a lot of your sourcing locally. So you buy from local farmers as well as do your own fishing.
Mainly the vendors, at the fruit market.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Keeping it all in the community. I like that. So now another question I want to ask you, especially with being a young business, what are some of the major struggles you're realizing? How long has the Seafood Hub been open first? Let me ask that.
August made a year.
Okay, this August passed.
Yes.
Okay, especially in your first year of business.
It
what
wasn't
would
easy.
What would be one of your biggest struggles in trying to stay open?
It's the overhead.
Okay.
The rent, but we understand that the landlord, he charges what it is. So we just try our best to meet our rent and the light bill
Okay.
and the food stores. That's
Okay.
my main, my 3 main things.
Right.
Yes.
So would you say that being able to fish for your own food acts to take some of the cost off of everything?
Of course, but I just wish I could go fishing on a larger scale.
Right. okay. All right, so you need some boats.
Yes.
to haul in some
Yes,
things.
yes.
I got you. Okay, that's understandable. So a lot of times, especially with new businesses, especially with new restaurants, a lot of them, they usually don't last in the first year. It's very, very difficult to stay in, like you said, because of overhead and power and all of these different costs. So what would you say would be something that would majorly help, or what can be done legislation or locally wise to help you as a business do better?
I haven't really thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Freeport Power, if they could go ahead and give us some break.
Okay,
Most
understandable.
definitely. Yeah.
So that's the major thing for you in terms of the cost of the overhead.
Yeah, because the rent is standard, you know. And also, too, if I could, not if, but when I do get my own yard in Grand Bahama, because I did it back home, I farmed. You know what I mean? I was
Right.
able to cultivate my own cassavas.
Right.
And tomatoes and lettuce and all that would keep you out of the food store. You wouldn't get, you wouldn't have to be in as much.
Right.
Which is good, and it's even healthier.
Right. If you were
Yeah.
able to grow also the vegetables.
Yes.
Other than just I shouldn't call them, what they call it?
Imported
Fisheries. The fisheries.
Oh, yeah.
The conch and the
conch,
this and the that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your business more so. So when it comes to the seafood hub, because you don't only just sell lunches, you also do catering.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so what type of catering do you offer? Have you ever done anything large scale, or what type of jobs have you had so far?
Well, within the year that I've been there, I had to travel back home, by the way. I went
Okay.
to Long Island for 2 days, and I did a family of 11.
Okay.
And I was able to, carry stuff from here, because back home it's like you can't really get the fresh vegetables and stuff, like when the boat
Right.
isn't in. And I was able to go back home, and I made like a decent sum of money, and I had the advantage of also being home, which is
Right.
good. And I also traveled to Bimini for the past homecoming.
Oh, nice. I was there too.
That was,
Lit.
and if I could go back to Bimini just to fish,
Right.
that'd be good.
Awesome. Okay, so I like that you mentioned that a lot of your business is actually on different family islands. So you went to Long Island, you went to Bimini. What would you think would be the thing that would help you get more into the catering business here in Freeport, Grand Bahama? Because Freeport people a little cliquey. So what you think would be the thing that would help you get yourself or your business out there a little bit more?
I was thinking maybe that if I could do like a day of just tasting.
Okay, samplings.
Yeah, sampling.
Okay, a little sampling, mix and mingle type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, me and you could work on something like that,
I think we should.
We should. Look at us coming up with ideas,
Yeah,
right?
which
Sitting
is
down
good.
talking. I like that. So my other question, because we're going to talk a lot about not just you as a chef, but also some of the struggles you have as a first year business owner. So do you think it would have been easier for you if you could have cooked from home rather than having to do it out of a
I've
brick and
done
mortar
it.
store?
No, I've done it.
Okay.
The challenges with that is like a lot of persons, especially like, we would say our bougie persons, they ain't come and eat from your kitchen at all.
Right.
And if you notice, when you come to the seafood hub, that's why I have my kitchen wide open, and I have cameras in my kitchen. At the end of the day, whoever is there, they have the privilege of watching their food.
Yeah,
You understand?
Right.
So it's better to be in an establishment, a business establishment, and also too for your privacy and your personal safety. You don't want everybody coming the way you reside either.
Right, just
So
to
it's
get
best
food.
to have a space.
Okay, I understand. I respect that too. And I agree. A lot of times when you're able to be in a brick and mortar store, it has more of a professional
Yes.
look. It
Yes.
has more of a cleaner look because
Yes.
because of the inspection standards and things that you have to pass before you could even start the business, makes it makes it look better and makes you look more professional that you have a brick and mortar store. But then the drawback to that would be what you mentioned earlier in terms of
The overhead.
the cost.
Yeah.
In terms of all of that. Who all is employed at your business at this time? Is it solely you?
Well, right now it's me and my second son.
Okay.
And he has perfected them solids. I am so proud of my
Oh,
son.
wonderful. Look at that. So you're teaching him how to cook now, too?
Yeah, and it's going to make it easier for me,
Okay,
that I
yeah.
could just put him to the solids.
Okay. So he's okay. Now I know. He's be the one dressing them up.
Just
They be looking good,
recently, though. Don't
Okay.
let's do that. Just recently.
okay.
Just recently.
But they've been looking good, though, I have to say.
And I appreciate that. Thank
Right,
you.
wonderful. So you did do some advertising with us with AdMix 102 and things like that. Have you seen any heavier flow of people because
did.
of using radio ads?
I did.
Okay, in
Yeah, a
terms
lot
of
of
what?
person be like, I just heard it on the radio. Because what I try to do, I try to converse with my customers. I want them to know, hey, I need you guys to come in to help me to pay the rent. Yeah.
Right. So you want to know how they heard
Yes,
about it
and
and how
I'll
they
be like,
got there.
hey, how you heard about us? And then they'll tell me, well, I was driving, or yeah.
And you hear it on
I
the
hear it
radio.
on the radio.
Y'all had that radio ads this week.
It
All right,
works.
then. Stay right there.
Hiya, how she mouthpiece, she works.
Yes,
too.
I can work it for you. I can get the people to come.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm happy that was able to work out, and we were able to give it to you at something that really worked for your budget,
Yeah,
and
I
we were
appreciate
able
that.
to really help push it, especially in September.
Yeah.
That's usually the time when everybody getting back into their school routine. So they in the car around that time when I yapping, and then they end up coming to your business, which is good.
Yes, ma'am.
We always try to make sure that we keep it within a reasonable price. So with someone who's had your business for the past year, have you found it difficult in terms of sourcing things like that out, whether it's the marketing, making flyers, different things like that? Have you found it to be something that's usually out of your price range or your budget?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk more about that. What you mean not necessarily?
Well, I try like with my daily menu. I know I need it to look more professional.
Right.
So I'll be like, okay, the rice just soaked. I need to put my menu out, and I'm on my phone. What's up and what's up and what's up and what's up and.
Right.
And then I would send my menu out.
Right.
And that will like reach the Grand Bahama food group, and then like for my personal contacts or whatever else.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how you usually just do all the marketing and everything yourself.
For the most part. On a daily basis, yes. Yes.
You know, we have to get to that. We gotta pick that up.
I know, please.
See, I is be here giving advice, but I also was be here trying to make it make sense. Because sometimes at certain levels as a business, marketing doesn't need to be the first thing you're focusing on right now. Sometimes it needs to be getting into a routine. Like in terms of like, okay, this is how I can run the kitchen. This is how I can make sure everything in order. This one I can send out my menu. And then now since I enter a good flow, what else I could add onto this piece by piece. So I'd say you're going about it the right way in terms of taking your time. But a lot of times people jump ahead of things and stuff like that.
But the reason I would do that too is because it's like my kitchen, like when I do my foods, is based on how I feel that day, and it's like what I feel like cooking.
Right. Okay.
So, and then like I could put out a standard menu to say, hey, this day is that and this day is that. No, so it's be like today we're gonna have a coconut corn and rice.
Right. That's
and tomorrow we're gonna have some beans and grits.
Okay.
So it depends on how I feel.
Okay, so
and it's good to go on feeling so because you cook the best when you feel.
Okay, I like that. So, and I'm happy that you mentioned that because a lot of persons, when they have that standard menu,
it's boring.
Right. So people usually don't know what to get with you when they make up on a Wednesday.
That's why, hey, I need to see what the seafood hub is cooking today.
Right.
Because maybe she's gonna cook something different.
Right. She ain't gonna cook just the regular. Nope. I've noticed that. Like some days you have mostly just salads and something healthy on the menu, whether it's the plantain or the avocado as the side options, or I think you had like even like a boil up or something like that.
Yeah, because the weather changed, so I tried to think of that too, to keep all of that into mind, to say, hey, let's do something hot, and it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. And one thing I'm grateful for, and I appreciate my customers very much, and I thank God for you all of the seafood hubbers.
Hey.
Yeah, I thank God that y'all believe in my food, and that's what keeps me going, and it encourages me to get up at 4 in the morning sometime, and I don't feel like getting out of bed. You know what I mean? Because I sometimes don't feel like getting out of bed, but when I look to say, hey, what are you having tomorrow? I look back at my WhatsApp, I got to get up out of bed.
Right.
Because, like when you put yourself in that environment, you put yourself on that level, that person's now depending on you, put your big girl dress up and get up and go cook.
That's it. That's
all you have to do.
I love that. And I think it's really smart. I think that's one of the things, because at first you wasn't too sure what made you different, but I think that's one of it, because a lot of times, especially because me, I like to eat food, but if I know your menu is usually good, and I usually go to a place and I know they always have this every week, I can know when the chef off or the chef that I like ain't there, because by the crack cooking today.
I know, right?
Yeah, who in the kitchen? Who in? You know what I mean?
I know.
But with you cooking based on what you actually feel like cooking, it almost like some passion in the pot.
I love it.
Like it tastes like you made this with love.
If you notice my plates has to have color.
Right.
Because I believe in beauty.
Right.
Beauty.
Hey, see that? I like that. Okay. But I have to admit, like your size portioning, and like you said, you add a lot of color and variety to it. So your green salad ain't can just be no bunch of lettuce.
It's hard to eat a salad.
Right.
When last you tried to eat a salad, like to say a standard salad. That's why I infuse it with all kind of stuff, mandarin oranges, grapes. Even if I could find me some sea grapes, I'll put the sea grapes and I'll put that on the top. Make sure they see as sea grapes. Hey, let me pick this off.
Right.
Hog plum, I put hog plum in my salads before.
Okay.
Yeah, star fruit, I slice them, I put them in the salad.
Star fruit in the salad sound like a win.
Make it, it's not only beautiful, but it's also tasty. You want to have that salad.
Okay.
Like one of my friends, he bought me a crate of with the grapes name, what the grapes name cost right out them, the costly grapes. I can't remember anyways. But it's I would just put it to the top.
Okay.
I'm having a can't remember right now.
Right. But I know what you mean. I think I know what you're talking about. But I really like that, and I like the fact that you put your heart and soul into what you do, and that you also have your family involved and everything like that of that nature.
When my daughter comes over on breaks, because she live at home with mom,
Mm-hmm.
she just run the kitchen. When I say run the kitchen, I don't have to tell her how to do a salad.
Mm-hmm.
Like my son, like how he's still learning, Kalia, she has to down pack. She
Right.
could rinse her lettuce, let her lettuce drain. She know how to slice. And when she's in on breaks, my salads are totally different.
Right.
Because you could say, okay, that's not how I would place my stuff. But it's like her salads are prettier because she takes that time and
Right.
slicing her stuff extra.
Okay, so
I'm grateful for
adding
that.
something more to it and taking it to the next level. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. So how much children do you have?
3,
Okay, what are the ages?
19, 18, and 15.
You lie. You
Yeah.
won't have children that big.
I have grown kids.
You lucky young girl.
Why, thank you.
Okay, I see you got the beat face. Who is that brought to you by?
Sorry?
Who did the face?
Oh, Chantel at the Pink Doll.
See, Chantel, you see how I'm making sure you get your shout out? Shout out to Pink Doll, man, making sure you look all nice together. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you. She my girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to bring Chantel onto the show next, but now that we're talking about your business, where you come from, how you get things going and stuff like that, what do you or where do you see the seafood going in the next 2 to 3 years?
I would love to have a sit-down dining.
Okay, because you're now a takeout.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to have a sit-down dining. I will also love to have the seafood up going on delivery.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of persons, hey, you have delivery today? Mind you, I had tried it before, like with a independent Uber company, but that kind of fell through because they weren't available all the time.
Mhm.
So I need to get, that's something that I'm going to, work on before the sit-down
Okay.
restaurant. Because a lot of persons there in their office and they want to have some food.
Right.
And it's good if I could reach that population of persons
Right.
who can't move from their desk.
Yeah, but they want something good.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Yeah, I think that's a major problem. And the crazy thing about it is even being here in Freeport, ain't nothing really that far. So I don't understand why the delivery service thing hasn't really picked up like that. I wish I could do it, but I can't.
I wish I could do it too. I wish I had a Nikita in the kitchen and Nikita on the road.
Right, you can't have two.
No.
You can't double yourself.
I did it
didn't work
before.
like that.
Like I say, when the casino goes in 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went out on the road on delivery,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody know, hey, would you like to purchase a salad?
Right.
And that's how I got my stuff sold.
Okay.
And I persons came back even years later after I left Freeport and came back. Oh, you're the salad lady. And listen, I didn't want a salad today,
But now
because
they-
because of the way you asked, hey, would you like to purchase a salad today?
Right.
They got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a
Just got a-
saleswoman.
I could sell ice and Eskimo.
Oh, gee, ice to Eskimo. I like that one.
That's what I'm told, by the way.
I say water to a fish, but I like ice to Eskimo. That's a little bit more specific. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. So, with someone who was in Freeport around the time when the casino was open and the way things was booming and moving, can you speak on that in terms of the drastic shift from when the casino closed to now? Because you even had to relocate for a time period. So, talk about that a little bit if you don't mind.
It's totally different.
In terms of what?
Population, everybody gone.
Okay.
And it's like right now a lot of people are selling food. And that stemmed from the COVID. Because they would say like, you had COVID chefs that popped up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's the facts.
So it's like the population is only so much people that are here. There's
Right.
only so much people that are still like working. There's only so much people that buy lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just ain't the same. Money ain't flowing like how it used to.
Right.
Yeah.
And you feel like that casino or the hotels being open, was that because of how much tourists was coming, or because of how much Bahamians just were here?
That's because of money on the whole flowing through.
Okay.
That new money coming to the shore every day have a trickle down effect.
Okay.
The new money coming in with the tourists,
Mhm.
right? So persons has jobs and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You could.
Person has jobs and then monies are just flowing into the economy.
Right. So it's able to be where, so the tourists are spending the money in the hotels, so hotels are able to spend it in other places as well.
Mhm.
And it's almost like you said, a continuous flow.
Yes.
But if that one river that's bringing the money in gets cut off, it kind of leads to kaputness.
Yeah, it's a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you left, how long were you gone from Freeport, and what enticed you to come back?
Well, when I left, I didn't leave because the economy was on a down. I left because Daddy had died.
Okay, my condolences.
No worries, thank you. Kind of getting over it with time. But yeah, I went away. I was away like for 4 years, or 5 years. I had my own business in Long Island as well. It was really doing well. Because when I went and I brought in what Long Island didn't have.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What was what?
Well, I had a mom and pop shop in the yard in Long Island.
Okay.
I sold everything. I sold ice cream. I sold clothing. I sold toiletries, snacks. And at that time, like a lot of persons, because what happened now, a lot of people ain't having kids, right? So I caught like that era where everybody was just buying snacks for their kids.
Right.
You know, and then like, you know, they started to grow. Not only that, COVID came and that's what break my business.
Okay. In terms of like, people being on lockdown, lock up, nowhere to go, nothing to do, so no reason to spend the money.
And a lot of persons left the island too, searching for, after COVID, like searching for jobs and stuff.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. We're having an amazing conversation with Nikita Pratt all about the Seafood Hub, so don't go nowhere.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk,
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
Sharp. The #1 talk show in the world, Craig.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. My name is Yvette Swain, and I am here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We meet every Monday at 6 p.m., where we dive into the Word of God to see what He would say to us. You are welcome to join us. That's every Monday at 6 p.m. here on Superior Talks. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
And we are back with Islandish Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Before we get into the conversation, make sure you click the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you can know when we are up and running and we got this thing flowing. Episodes will be available on Islandish 242 YouTube channel, so you won't miss a thing. Now back to Miss Pratt. Right here looking at yourself. You look good, girl. You look nice. Now let's get back to this conversation. You did speak about, before we took our break, how you started a business in Long Island. It was doing well prior to COVID. Now let's talk about how much easier it was to start that business in Long Island and get it to thrive compared to starting a business here in Freeport and getting it to thrive. So what are some of the differences that you encountered?
The difference is I lived in Long Island, which is government run, documents and all that, and the Port Authority here. You know how they go.
Gotcha,
you know how
yes,
we go in Grand Bahama, yeah?
Right.
So it's just like, of course, you had to come up with more funds, a lot of inspections, you know, different things like that. Business license.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So for the persons who are probably tuning in and do not know this, in the Freeport area, which would be basically downtown Freeport, Port Lakai, all of those areas, you have to have a Port Authority business license. So you have to get a license agreement with them, the Port Authority, and also have to be in good standing. So that's a lot more expensive than just having a regular business license, which is usually on the Family Islands and outside of the Freeport area, which would be your 8 Mile Rocks, West Ends, High Rocks, and East End. So that is a major difference, and that's part of the conversation I really want to talk about, because people don't understand that when you think about business success, especially the way it looks here in Freeport compared to anywhere else in the Bahamas. And speaking to you, you were able to start and run a business in Long Island. Only thing would stop you was COVID. If COVID didn't happen, do you think you would have stayed?
Yeah.
So you had no question?
Yeah, because I'm a fighter. I adjust to things.
Right.
The downtime, the uptime, I adjust to it. I'm always thinking, and I'm grateful to God about it, or for it, I should say, because it's like I have my mornings, like my 6 o'clock mornings, like when I wake. it'll be like, hey, do this today. So it's like always something that comes to my mind. Hey, Nikita, do this today. Do that today. And it always works.
Wonderful. I like that. So I was able to link you up with my mom.
Oh.
And my mom was able to.
I love your mommy.
Yeah, definitely be a really good help
She
and
hooked me
resource
up.
to you. Yes. So Kita's message me and be like, hey, remind you want me to drop off them guavas.
Thank you kindly. I need them.
Right. Because my mom is a huge green thumb. She grows a lot of different things in our backyard, in our family home. And I got you all to link up together. And was like, yeah, man, I have all these frozen guavas. Kita was like, bring them.
Thank you kindly.
I want them. Thank you kindly.
Yes.
Now let's talk about what you use the grapefruits for. And you have these delicious infused drinks you make. Talk a little bit more about them, because they ain't gonna believe me if I describe it.
Listen, and another thing, like I just said, it came to my mind because like they were saying, oh, they sell stuff like this in NASA, but I'm like, I didn't know that.
Right.
You understand? And that's another thing that just came to my mind. Hey, do this, because what I was doing first, I was doing like the vegetable infused water.
Right,
and
right.
I was like, hey, just do the fruits. You know what I mean?
Right.
The natural fruits. I would find sugarcane in Freeport. I go in someone's backyard. If I pass, I will stop ringing the doorbell or make sure look out for dogs, because me and dogs don't go nowhere.
Right. Okay.
Can I have that sugarcane? I'd go ahead, peel that, chunk that up, get that down in there. I infuse it with sugar canes. I would use I try local fruits first.
Right.
The sugar canes, the guavas. Thank God I find your mommy.
Right.
The star fruits when they're in season. And then we would go like to the store-bought fruits. Fill it up with the apples, the mandarin oranges, the mangoes when they're in season. Grapes, everything. Kiwi,
Right.
pineapple. And when you do that, and my base is always ginger.
Love it.
Grind that ginger up, which is always good for your stomach. You know what I mean? Good for digestion.
Right.
Yeah.
And those you always have made fresh? Or how long does it take you to make a batch, I should ask?
That morning, easy, like 20 minutes.
Okay.
You slice up everything and then you put it in and do what you have to do. But the trick with that is not, I shouldn't say the trick, but like the good thing is, like if you get a 4-day-old chiller, that's the best chiller than a 1-day-old chiller. Because everything is just so infused. Like you
Right.
get the guava fermenting.
Right.
You tasting guava over everything. You ever had a guava chiller?
Yeah, I had a
Try
guava
one
chiller.
tomorrow. Try another one tomorrow.
Yeah, me and Bay going there tomorrow, to get our seafood hub on.
Very good.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely have to say that I like the presentation, and even though you're in a smaller location, like smaller than most, I'd say that it's very welcoming. It's very warm. Your personality is very warm once you come into the building, and then
Thank
you
you.
always have most of the things on display, like the fruits are right there, the infused drinks are right there, and like you said, you could see inside of the kitchen, the area is clean, it smells good, and like I say, it's a welcoming feeling when you
you.
walk inside of your establishment. Now, I know you mentioned that you usually go with what you feel on a daily basis when you're coming up with your menu, but if persons wanted to reach out to you, whether it's for a catering job or just for their daily meals, let them know how they could reach you and get in contact with you.
Well, I'm on WhatsApp right now only. It's 533-9597, and I also got a personal number that you can reach me at. It's 802-7237. You could call me on the last one, or you could send me a WhatsApp, however.
Okay, and that's how they're able to reach you and contact you and everything like that.
On a wider scale, it's Nikita0303@live.com if you want to send me an email.
Yes, Nikita0303
At live.com.
Boom. So if you want to send send your catering request. Do you do weddings?
I've never done any, but I could do it.
Okay, see, that's the right answer. I've
can do
never
it.
done it, but I could do it.
Yes.
So you seem to be a very ambitious person. Like you aren't afraid to try new things, especially when it comes to food and menus and stuff like that. Where do you, or how did you acquire that attitude or that confidence?
It's all about being humbled.
Okay.
Because you know what it is to go from making money to not having any money. And when you get that opportunity again, you ain't gonna let that ball drop for your mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to do what it is that you have to do. Especially because like with me, I never did culinary.
Right.
I never went to no school. You know what I mean? And I know that this is a gift that God gave me. So I cannot in any way play with it.
Right.
You got to do what it is you have to do to make that work, regardless of how you feel. Many days I don't feel like going to work. Many days I feel like packing up and going back home to my daddy house where I don't know rent to pay.
Right. Gotcha.
You know what I mean? 2 rents there, that's the house, and then the the restaurant to light bills. I just have to put on my mind that, you know, in your mind, hey, you're gonna make it this day, it's gonna be a change. That's what I do. Most of all, you gotta put God first, you know what I mean? Because He orders our steps regardless. You get up, you to your daily affirmations, and you just go into work. Many days I don't have in that shop what I need either, and I just watch God bring it into the shop. My customers come in, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have no straws for the chillers. They go by BW and they buy me a box of straws. How
Love
about that?
it. Look at that. See,
So,
people
all
nice
I
little
got-
bit, you know.
Yeah, they are. I must say I'm grateful for my customers who believe in me, and without y'all I wouldn't exist.
That's it. That's good.
So, you know, it's
Building
all
your
about,
own
it's
little
all about
community.
being humble and to know to say, hey, you got to work whatever it is that you're blessed with,
Right.
regardless. You got to work it.
Yeah, make it happen.
You have to.
Definitely. So I know you had some struggles over the past year, so with your business and certain things you had to overcome personally and also business-wise. So what do you think are some of the mistakes that you made early on starting out your business?
Trusting people for face value.
Okay.
No.
Okay. In terms of what? Explain that a little bit without getting too...
No, I had
Details.
business partners or whatever. They were the money. They came in with the money, but, you know, they didn't work the money.
Right.
You know, I am the money, and I can say that with all humility, because I'm the one who's able to do it because it's my gift.
Yeah, the
You
cooking.
understand what I mean? So you go ahead and you invest into a business, and, you know, you have to watch over your investment. You're going to have to go in and you're going to have to cut that onion. You're going to have to be able to get up in the morning to make sure the doors are open, to sweep and mop. But, you know, when you got to go ahead as, you know, to be this and to be that, when I say this and that, I was like me. You know, I became the money, and I am the work. And like I said it with all humility, but I know what it is that I possess.
Right. And I understand and I get that as well. And it's almost one of the fears I also have as a business owner as well. Sometimes you feel like, but you know, one can take care of my business like me.
They won't.
And they ain't gonna love it the way I love it.
They
And-
won't, because
right.
it's not their dream and it's not their vision.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just have to pray to God for strength. Ask Him to give you a strong mind. You know what I mean? And just go. Face your day.
I love that. So I already asked you where do you see your business going in the next few years. Do you feel that this business will be something you'll be able to pass on to your children?
I would love to.
Right.
But it's up to them. I continue to talk to my kids, especially my two boys, the older ones, because, you know, Leah's still in school, to say, hey, y'all work with mommy. At the end of the day, especially them, they know where I be and they see where I come from.
Right.
They see the elevation is no place but up.
Right.
So at the end of the day, hey, dude, it's just like grasp this. You know what I mean? Because even if y'all can't cook, y'all could hire a chef.
Right.
And y'all could run the business. My
Right.
thing is, if you already see what it is, I already put into it, which is the time. Which is the not having groceries at my apartment.
Right,
And all the
okay.
groceries at the restaurant. On our
Right.
Sundays, I don't cook at home, but I don't cook at home on the whole. And they see like how we would have to go back to the shop just to fix even breakfast.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a sacrifice.
Right.
It'll be good if they could understand it. And like I said, I try to preach that to them every day.
Good. I like the fact that you have them involved and they're able to see how it grows and the step by step of it, because I feel like that's the best testimony to show young people how it is as entrepreneur for them to actually be there and see it. Some parents, they like to make it look like all this easy, so they
It's
don't
not-
show
it's
their
not easy.
children the hard sides of it, but you show them everything.
They know everything. They know when sometimes I can't meet this bill and I can't meet that bill. They know, because I converse with my kids. I let them know, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And this what has to be done.
Do you
And-
feel that it's helped to make them stronger?
Yeah, I think sometimes too I kind of stress them a bit, and I kind of feel sad about it.
Right.
But it's reality.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it ain't like I sleep about the place for money. I'm getting up and I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm getting up and I'm making certain that things happen regardless. So, you know, it should give them that light bulb to say, hey, let me be that backbone for mommy.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can definitely see your sons, if not turn into chefs, restaurant managers, food and beverage managers, just by being around it.
Yeah.
And understanding inventory and understanding how to basically run a good shop and keep customers happy and keep that revenue coming in. So definitely kudos to you. Clap, clap, clap. Good
I
mom
pat
in the
myself
building.
on the back. You did a good job, Nikita.
Good job. Excellent job. But as we start to wrap up this amazing conversation, what advice would you give to young chefs out there or persons who want to start their own takeout restaurants restaurants and things like what you're doing right now?
Have a strong mind, because it's not easy. Everybody who's in the culinary know cooking is not easy. The hours you have to put into it, the prep time,
Right.
is not easy. Food costs is at a high,
Yeah,
very high.
definitely, especially when it comes to things like fish.
Yeah, and then the healthy stuff. So you just have to stay focused, stay prayed up. Don't listen to people. Listen to that inner voice. Listen to yourself. You know what I mean? You're going to make it. Regardless, you will make it. You
Right.
just get up and put that foot forward and you will make it. Stay strong. And don't talk. Pray.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much. That was some good advice. I ain't gonna lie. I probably can take some of them too, and I ain't even a chef. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this amazing episode of Islandish Podcast. That has been our time with the beautiful
Thank
Nikita
you.
Pratt. And while we getting ready to wrap up, tell them again where the Seafood Hub is located and how they can place their orders with you.
You can send me a WhatsApp on 533-9597, or you can call 802-7237. And we're located in the Millennium Mall. That's Pat's Uniform Building.
So make sure y'all pull on up which days are you guys open and your operating hours.
We're open Monday to Saturday. I've tried a few days, Sunday before. That's only because I had a bill to pay the next day.
That's it. You do what you gotta do. Whenever
But,
the chef in, we open.
Yeah. So
I love it.
yeah, we're open. We're there early, but we're open like 7 to 4:30 comfortably.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this amazing episode. If you weren't able to catch the entire thing, it will be on Islandish 242 YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the Seafood Hub. And as always, keep tuning into Mix 102 and we can be talking about them more often. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.
Thank you for having me.